I've been asked a couple of times by one specific person of when I was going to go over the changes to the new Cub Scout program. How many of you knew that they changed the Cub Scout program already? I did not. Until Miss Barbie. No. There's a new change. Yay! Okay, so basically they got a year in, got some feedback, and made some changes. And so I decided to torture the person who was bothering me. And so Miss Barbie Taylor is going to tell us all about the changes. And y'all be nice to her because she's new at this. I think she's a little nervous. I don't know why. She's a pretty good speaker. But she's going to tell us a little bit about the changes that they've made to the Cub Scout program. So if you have questions, feel free to ask her. I do know a little bit. Not much, but I know a little. Hello. This is why you don't ask questions.
That's exactly right. We've all learned our lesson now. Don't ask Christy anything. When you walked in, you should have picked up a packet. It's 56 pages long. So what I did when let me start first. The Cub Scout program changed December the 1st. They sent out a notification and published this 56-page document that has the revisions for every level. The reason that they made the changes is because they consulted with den leaders that had gone through the new programs for a year, and they got feedback from a lot of those den leaders that they couldn't finish in time, that their boys weren't making their rank advancements because they didn't get through. So after they gathered all of that feedback, they decided to go in and make adjustments to each of the requirements. So there are adjustments to not only the rank advancement requirements, but also to each of the advancements, the adventures within each of those ranks. So it's very detailed. The books are not updated yet. They will be, but your boys can continue with the handbooks that they already have. All that I did was send the link to this document, which we'll post on the blog. And I printed one copy for each den. So then that way they could look through it and then have the electronic copy so we weren't killing a bunch of trees because this is really long. For those den leaders, they can just pay attention to their own section. Yeah. So let me go back to this one. This one? Nope. So for example, let me go back down. For example, for tiger. Funny.
I know, looking all weird, isn't it?
Well, let's take a look if you have your packet. Go to, go to page 2, and we'll just glance at the tigers to start. So, for example, with the tigers, they have to complete each of the 6 required adventures with their den or family, and at least 1 elective adventure. So you can see that the 6 and the at least 1 are in blue. It's kind of a purple from this color. But that means that that has been a change. So anything within this document where it's a blue means that it's changed. So it's best to just take a look, make sure your den leaders are taking a look at each of the different requirements. Because in some circumstances, even the numbers of the different requirements in each of the adventures has changed. So they may still be required to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 or 5. But that 1, 2, 3, and 4 or 5 may have changed to what is published in the book and what is published online in each of the different den leader guides. So if your boys have already completed an adventure on the old new program, that's great. They're good. If you're right in the middle of an adventure of the old new program, let them finish what they're doing. As you start another adventure, then you can start with the adjustments. If your dens and your leaders have not had any challenges completing what was published last year, you're more than welcome to continue that. Keep doing what you've been doing. This is really to make sure that for those dens and those Cub Scouts that were not getting through everything, that they had the chance to get through and still earn that rank advancement. Brian on Scouting is a blog that you guys are all probably familiar with, and I'll make sure that Christy and Faith have these links as well. They put together a blog post that talks about the modifications, why they did it. They wanted to make more of the adventures requirements optional to give them more flexibility to match their unique needs in each den. They wanted to make sure that adventure requirements are achievable within a program year. They reduced the mandate to a number that's achievable, and they also made the changes to increase den level customization. So now it's a smaller amount that you have to achieve, but as dens, they can continue on and they can choose to do more if they want to do more. They also put together an FAQ because as soon as this came out, a whole lot of people had a whole lot of feedback, as you can imagine. And so they answered a lot of questions. The very first one was, why were the modifications made? And they said that after extensive feedback from the field, it indicated that many dens were finding it difficult or impossible to complete the adventures. And in a survey conducted in September of last year, 2016, only 36% of the dens with 8 boys and adults completed the adventures required to advance in rank by the end of the 2015-2016 program year. That's pretty shocking to me because it was a change because we were all used to the old program and we were all used to knowing exactly what to do because we've done it year after year. But we were still able to make it. And so this was surprising to me that they made the changes, to be honest. But I guess if there's other organizations where maybe you don't have as many leaders, maybe they're running multiple dens, maybe you didn't have time, I don't know. Your dens have a choice about whether to use the modifications during this program year. Yes, they can continue to use the previous adventure requirements or use the modifications. Will the modifications be used with current handbooks? They said yes. The detailed how-to information in the handbook should continue to guide the nuts and bolts of the den activities. They are putting together downloadable revisions of the den tracking documents so that you can use those moving forward, I would assume for next year. Cub Scouts still receive credit for the work that they previously completed. And one of the major changes is they actually reduced the number of adventures required for Webelos and Arrow of Life. With the Webelos, they had 5 adventures, and then they were going to have 2 electives. Now it's down to just 1. And with Arrow of Life, there's 5 required and only 1 elective, whereas previously it was 3. So it's definitely a change.
I heard that some tracks, they have Webelos 1 and 2 together, and they all do it. They all work it through 1 year.
That's totally up to the den. I mean, at this point, with the change in the program that was released in 2015 for last year, that's now modified again, the point was that you did not have to have completed the Webelos requirements to achieve your Arrow of Life. So they split up Arrow of Life. So if you're combining the 2, you just want to make sure that the Arrow of Life boys are doing that are in the 5th grade are doing what they need to do to complete their Arrow of Life requirements before they cross over. But if there are electives, since there's so many different electives and they each have electives required, you can most certainly join those groups together if it's more feasible and economical to join them together to have participation in the electives.
What they did is they made the Arrow of Light more like a separate rank,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's
unlike it was before.
So we're not going to our Webelos 5th graders work on Arrow of Life.
And so you could earn your Arrow of Light
Right.
without having to have your
You
Webelos.
don't have to earn your Webelos to earn your Arrow of Life.
So it's just a change they made.
Are more interesting now in the way that they're presented. But I agree. I think that it's definitely up to you and your den leaders as to whether or not you want to take the modified or do the full. And that is one nice thing that they've said. It's definitely up to you. If you feel that you were completing those requirements and you weren't impacting the boys and they were all getting it done, then by all means, continue doing it. Because a lot of those adventures are really fun to go through if you do all of them. I'll make sure that I have the Brian on Scouting and TFAQ and then just the announcement that came out when they made the changes. They did announce the changes and they went into effect immediately on December 1st. So it's something that's there today.
So if you have a leader that's struggling,
to manage, this might be something to give them and go, this is how we're gonna finish our year.
Or again, boys that, may have gotten behind because
Yeah.
they were in football or basketball or about to start baseball and their parents don't think they're gonna be able to finish. This might be an option for you to keep them and retain those boys.
Yeah.
So that's a positive thing to look at it as well.
I would err on the side of what's best for the kid.
Yes. Thank you, Barbie.
Thank you.